Yes, it's true, you read that title correctly. Yes, it's true, you read that title correctly. The invasion has officially begun, and the stakes have already become sky high. Qin has already sent all of Zhao from the local villagers to the fortified cities into a panic state purely just from the sheer scale of the invasion. But as always guys, before I get into the video, I just wanted to remind you, if you guys like the channel and seeing Kingdom content, don't forget to smash that like button down below, and while you're down there you should hit that subscribe button with the notification bell so you can stay up to date with the channel, especially now since we are coming into what may very well be the greatest arc we will ever see in the series. So for this video, I thought I would change things up from how I normally do these chapter videos. Normally, I would go over the chapter and afterwards talk about the key points, but now I want to talk about the key points and my thoughts on them because let's be real, odds are you guys have already read this chapter. So obviously, the big point of this video is the invasion strategy used by Qin. And the chapter is showing the perspective of the invasion from both sides. But here's the fun part about it. It is not an original strategy. It is almost an exact replica of the strategy used by the coalition invasion army made by Riboku. Essentially, the enemy ignored strategic locations and went as deep into enemy territory as they could, as fast as they could, before the enemy could respond with a proper stratagem, and it was extremely effective, and once again, it is effective. And if not for the likes of Kusan Ryu, who has taken up a political role after his defeat at Ryuyu, the situation would have been so much worse in Kantan. By the way, we gotta give props to Kusan Ryu. Sure, he lost an arm, but he survived an encounter with Baggio, which is something that not even 5 people in the entire series can say. So I want to discuss this invasion from the point of view for both sides, and of course I'm going to be starting off with Qin. Now, I made a mistake. In chapter 847, based on the map of the predicted battlefield that we saw, I thought Riboku would take his forces south and west of the capital to take on Qin, below his Great Wall and away from the Zhao citizens to keep them safe, and then have 3 or 4 large-scale battles across the border region, with armies ranging from 50,000 to possibly 120 to 150,000. But no, instead we are seeing Qin make a very widespread invasion along the entire border region, everywhere from the south by Riboku's Great Wall to Atsio in the northwest, seeing armies from 10,000 to 70,000 strong. This is then forcing all of Zhao's citizens to flee inwards to the capital region, which is possibly a repeat of Wu Sen's locust strategy. I don't think that would really work. There is a minuscule or even a near 0% chance that the Zhao king will open the gates for any refugees. That strategy will not work. But anyway, we see units that have been together since the very beginning split up and some stay together. For example, Yotanwa still has an army of 70,000 strong with her, but the 60,000 of the SHin unit have now become 40,000 under SHin and 20,000 under Kyokai. This will literally be the first time SHin and Kyokai haven't fought on the same battlefield since the beginning of a war. Sure, they were separated after the Sanyo campaign and the coalition campaign, and there have been the odd battles where they were separated, like how SHin was sent to kill Kisui in the Western Zhao invasion, or the Battle of Choyu where Kyokai went to topple the Wei HQ, but they never have been separated like this. Hara is cooking up something fierce here. He is spreading out all the big players and the big names and giving them their own individual battlefields. If he plays this right, we can not only get a better idea of how elite some of the commanders are, but see just how capable they truly are and how far they have come. Not to mention we may get a better idea of an in-depth analysis of their forces. We could see Kyokai in full swing as a general and possibly a better look at her units, or even see SHin embrace his instinctual command side more, especially now since he lost his lieutenant. Not to mention, I mean, when was the last time, if ever, did we get to see Mu Ten or Wu Han fully in action by themselves? Yeah, we got to see the odd panel or two, but never a proper battle with full-on details, at least not since the Western Zhao invasion arc. All we hear about are their accomplishments, but never their methods. Not to mention the likes of some of the mountain tribes under Yotanwa or the Wu Sen generals. Hara cannot introduce 4 new generals like that and then claim they are on par with the past Wu Sen army generals and not show us exactly how, because they all made one hell of an impression. I refuse to let Hara not do justice by Aku. The man was truly one of the best characters in the entire series. No one in anywhere, be it a fan or actual person in the manga or in the story, could say a bad thing about Aku. And I dare you to try it if you want. Now I want to move across the table and talk about the Zhao perspective of this invasion. Now, to nobody's surprise, Riboku had predicted this invasion strategy and had made adequate preparations for it. As we know, Riboku is a master planner, and while he is extremely dangerous, he is somehow even more dangerous when he is in home territory, as we have seen time and time again. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that he has laid several traps on the areas he predicted to be the battlefields. He also visited many villages and regions along the border region as he could over the past 6 months, planning evacuation routes for citizens, because as we all know, Riboku cares about the people more than he does anything else. Or maybe he thought that Kin may try and make a repeat of the Locust strategy. But also you could look at it like how he doesn't want any possible distractions or interference in the massive war to come. But then of course there are no forces among the Kin army that would use innocent civilians to affect a battle. None since Kanki anyway, and as far as we know, none of his surviving forces, aka the surviving Kanki army, has joined in this battle, which is a shame because it would be nice to see Maron and, more importantly, the mighty Ogiko make a comeback. Because if anyone can ruin Riboku's masterfully laid out strategy, it would be the mad genius Ogiko. Anyway, back to Riboku and Zhao. Riboku, having already predicted this invasion strategy, set up his forces in the positions along the border in the same way Kin did their invasion. Some armies have small numbers and some have large. Riboku had set up a wide range message service so he could get all his information for the battle quick and easy, though based off of the final panel of the chapter, Riboku doesn't seem to have any enemy forces in front of him, but we have to assume he will either join the likes of the Bananji army or he has his own army with him, and presumably Fute and Kaine are right by his side, as they have literally always been. And with a conclusion like that, with the last thing Riboku saying he will give the signal to begin the battle, there's only 2 questions left to be answered. Who will face off against who, and what is the final head count for both sides? I'm going to say 420 to 430,000 for Kin, and for Zhao, I initially thought around 450,000, but with the extra 50,000 Riboku has just received, I'm willing to bet it will be closer to 500,000 or just under it. I'm beyond excited to see this stuff, and we are bound to be told these 2 things in the next chapter. Honestly, it just cannot come soon enough. And so Kingdom fans, if you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with the Kingdom manga and see plenty of Kingdom content also, then remember to smash that like button down below and hit that subscribe button with the notification bell, because I know you won't want to miss out on any of the upcoming action.